Good morning, one and all. November Bravo here. Hope you're all having a lovely weekend, or whatever day it is when you're watching this. Today I'm going to be starting a playthrough of one of my favorite games from one of my favorite studios, Pyre, by the inimitable Supergiant Games. This criminally underrated, delightfully odd title is based around two things: choice and fantasy basketball. And I don't mean fantasy basketball in the sense of picking brackets and placing bets and all that. I mean actual, magic, fantastic basketball. The rules are slightly different from the earthly version of the sport. You only play 3 on 3, but I do plan to do my best to take our beloved Nightwings all the way to the championship. I'm not going to be voice acting this one just because there are too many characters and I'm not quite confident enough in my abilities to come up with a unique voice for all of them, although, as with all other such decisions, I reserve the right to change my mind about that at any point. So, without further ado, let's dive in to the world of Pyre. Your days at the downside brought slow, lonesome agony. Now, as you lie, yielding to the elements, something rumbles into view. 3 shapes emerge, each clad in strange attire. The downside, a vast purgatory into which the Commonwealth casts its convicts and its enemies. None have been known to return from the Forsaken Land. Another piece of filth expelled from the Commonwealth. A proud country risen from the ashes of a fallen empire, home to a multitude of ethnic groups, founded on the principles of mercy and kinship whose exact meanings evolved through many centuries. See, right on schedule, what'd I tell you? You told us we would find someone alive. Someday. I said we'd find someone alive someday. Just not today, I guess. But don't be glum. You know I see you frowning underneath that mask. Looks like he's breathing. The masked wanderers presume you are male. Interact to change this. I am male. And, every other time I've played through this I've picked female, so let's do male. It seems he still is. Then stand aside. I shall send him to a better place. He's a he? Can you people just tell? Hang on. The markings on his rags. I think he's one of them. But look at him. He is beyond our help. We are beyond his. Broken, shaking, starving, probably diseased. Yeah, good luck with that there, chum. See you back at the wagon. Indeed. The day grows dim. You have at best an hour. Understood. I won't be long. After the others leave, the man turns toward you and begins unfastening his mask. Hello, my friend. Don't care who you are or what you did. None of that matters anymore. All of us were equal nothings here. You are parched, and he gives you drink. You ache, and he binds your wounds. You hunger, and he gives you food. Little by little. It helps. There. Turns out you're tougher than you look. Name's Hedwyn. Now, come on. Hedwyn. He is one of the 3 masked wanderers who found you clinging to life in the downside. You sense no ill intent as he helps you up and leads you to an old black wagon. Nothing like the stately vessels that paraded Commonwealth criminals through alabaster streets. Edwin beckons you to enter the Black Wagon. Let's step inside. Ah, home sweet home. The weather-beaten wagon is as much a mess inside as out. You see the masked woman and the talkative creature taking stock of ancient-looking books. I'm back. And with a guest. She loosens the clasps on her mask. You may call me Jodariel. Jodariel, she is the most imposing of the three masked wanderers who found you clinging to life. And as for myself, the small one struggles with his mask. Jodariel soon assists him. Ow! That is to say, you may regard me by the name of Rookie Greentail. Rookie Greentail. He's the smallest yet loudest of the three masked wanderers who found you clinging to life. Such pleasantries out of the way, the horned woman then motions to the others. She glances at you sidelong as she speaks. Can he do it? Hope so. Haven't asked him yet. What? Well, what are we waiting for? Hey, you chum. Nice meeting you and all, but tell me something. Do you know how to read, or what? He's asking if you are a reader. Reader, one who can derive meaning from text. Shocking. Literacy has been prohibited for centuries. Those with knowledge of the old ways violate the law of the land. So, come to our first choice. We can admit it. Over time, you managed to learn something of the old ways, capital O, capital W, in spite of the Commonwealth decree. Deny it. Literacy is a serious crime. No one in his right mind would dare violate the law of the land, or remain silent. Who you are and what you did to earn your sentence is no one's business but your own. Well, you know what? No sense in playing our cards too close to the chest on this one. We're going to end up admitting it eventually anyway, so might as well be upfront about it. You confirm their suspicions. There's no use trying to hide it now. Well then, glory days, because it just so happens my associates and I, we got ourselves some nice material here for someone just like you. Reader, you still live thanks to us. We ask for something modest in exchange. Open one of those books back there, and tell us what it says. Sorry to put you on the spot like this, my friend. The exiles indicate the books in their possession. Let's have a look. I wonder if they mean these books, or... It's probably this one, the one that vibrates when you mouse over it. Strange book, one of several such heavy, ominous volumes. The exiles you meet seemed very interested in them. You pick up one of the old, heavy volumes, bound in materials you don't recognize. Alright, forward. A formal welcome undersigned by the 8 scribes. You, dear reader, are an exile of the downside, such as we, the 8 who wrote this book of rites. That you possess it and have the capacity to glean its words is a testament enough to your potential. Thus we reveal a path from this forsaken place to freedom, a homecoming in glory. The stars themselves shall be your guide ere the turning of the year's first solstice. Seek the nearest longitude beneath the brightest of the 8 as they align as shown. Arrive as a triumvirate, clad in the raiments of the rites bearing this book. Oblige the voice that tells you more. Oh, lordy lord, I love the artwork in this game so much. It's so beautiful. The book describes a complicated method through which exiles can return to the Commonwealth. The words swim through your mind as Edwin gets your attention. Well, friend, what does it say? But then your vision starts to fade and blur. You feel your body weaken and give out.
dare you tamper with forbidden knowledge?
I do.
So soon after your sentence into exile.
So soon.
'Tis true what the book says. You can be free again. Perhaps not you yourself, but someone worthy of the privilege. You witness now the path toward salvation.
Lucky me.
You witness the rights.
Not to be
The
confused
one
with the
way
lefts.
to return to glory. Though in your case, I hardly think it possible. Yet, by the grace of the scribes, it is my duty to inform you anyhow.
It worked. So it is true. Yeah, but what now? Where'd the reader go? He should be out there still. For now, we have to put our faith in him. He could abandon us. He won't. You look upon the three of them from beyond as Headwind calls out to you. Reader, we aim to free ourselves. We will not grow old and die in the downside. And now I swear to you, when we get out of here, you're gonna come with us. But first, we need your help. Show us the way. Freedom. You focus all your mental faculties to do as Headwind asked.
A celestial orb falls from the heavens when the time is nigh. Exiles conduct the rites as a triumvirate, for they must prove their trust in one another, not just in themselves. The three must act as one. Now plunge into the pyre with the orb and be purified. Yes, the exile Headwind has the way of it. Whoever steps into the flame is banished for a time. His or her cohorts must make do on their own. Oh, but it is not so simple.
It's not.
In the rites you shall face adversaries whose own freedom is at stake. Beware the aura that surrounds them, as they shall beware yours. The aura is your wrongdoing. Accept it as a part of you. Cast your aura like a stone. Correctly done.
Right.
Again.
Finish that.
Just so.
There we go.
A glorious performance, I admit.
So kind.
More than I expected from the likes of you. Grasp the orb once more. The orb absorbs the aura. Then the orb quenches the flame.
Alright.
Now I say jump.
Oops.
Leap with all your strength. Do it.
Let's try it again. Take a running start. There we go.
Sails the orb into the waiting flame.
Headwind is returned.
Now snuff out the adversary's pyre, whilst yours yet burns. Headwind doused the adversary's flames.
Headwind takes it to the basket. Right.
Banished
Not this
all of them. Sinners. Three plunged into their pyre.
So you can jump into the pyre or you can throw it into the pyre. And jumping into the pyre
It was
always
plunged into their pyre.
does more damage. Book damage, so, so to speak. jump 3 times. There we go. Boom. It's
The
done.
rite is complete. There, dear reader. Now you understand. Or do you? This was but a glimpse of that which lies ahead. I would tell you to turn back, cast down your hope. But all those such as you never listen.
To a guy wearing a wig like that? Please. Alright. The others are still picking themselves up as you awaken. Well, that was something. That was our way out. So now we just follow the stars, or what? Supposedly. Reader, come. Let us regard the night. Jodario leads you outside where a clear night sky awaits. Now show us, before the howlers catch our scent. Where shall the rites commence? Rites, an ancient ritual competition through which the worthiest exiles regain their freedom. The 8 scribes gave their freedom so that we may yet have ours. Prayer from the Book of Rites. You gaze at the stars. Let's seek out our destination. Alright, this looks promising. It's glowing. Goal, the South Star. The South Star burns bright over a massive ridge of stone, much farther than the naked eye can see. Interact to determine the location of the next rite. As you'll see, there's a bunch more stars all around, but we don't have access to those yet. But just for curiosity's sake, so we've got Geminian, or Geminian, the Olden Star, star of the first Empress. Those born under it seek knowledge and new experiences. Capriast, the Olden Star, star of the Moonstag Hunter. Those born under it are ambitious, though also discontented. And Scorpus, the Olden Star, star of the Old Cutter. Those born under it are wiser than most. And yeah, that's all we can look at so far. So, eastward to the Ridge of Goal. 200 leagues due east. The Ridge of Goal. Ridge of Goal. According to the stars, the next rite shall soon commence here. The fossil remains of the Serpent Titan, slain by Golathanian, yet loom over those living in its shadow. Great. And we're supposed to be there when exactly? Very soon, according to the stars. You should be able to arrive in time. If you make haste. Then we'd best get started. Well, this ought to be good for a few laughs at least. What do you say, Jody? Jodariel turns to you, studying you. Reader, do not deceive us. Pray we make good use of our remaining time. What she means is, glad to have you aboard, chum. We're counting on you, my friend. See you inside. Freedom. The rights are the key. It's a lot to take in. Your fellow exiles await you in the wagon. Well, let's join them. Before we go east, we gotta go north to the Downside Prairie. You arrive in Downside Prairie, where the road ahead is forked. There's a lack of consensus about which way to proceed. Downside Prairie, one of the Downside's only verdant regions. It only gets less hospitable as you press further north. I'm telling you, we ought to take the northern pass. Got an associate holed up in Hollow Route I've got to pay a visit to besides. Hollow Route. The northern route to the Ridge of Gold goes through a small exile encampment. Every so often, tempests come and scour away the huts and hovels, but they always crop back up. Fie on your associate. Best we head to Blooming Pool and avoid attention. Blooming Pool, the southern route to the Ridge of Gold, goes through a humid area pocked with hot springs. Runoff from the sandfolds means no bathing in the springs, so they're just there to mock you. And get stuck in a bog while we're at it? The dispute continues as Headwind listens for a while. Headwind. Oh, so every now and then you'll get updates and new information on your little crew, little band. So I'll just go ahead and read those as they pop up. He wanders the downside in search of a way to regain his freedom and return to his home. What if the reader settled this? He marks the way, we get us there. If these rites are meant to test our faith, then we'd best learn to trust the reader's instincts on our path. No second guessing him along the way. Can we all live with that for now? Yeah, sure. If necessary. Then it's settled. Just point the way, my friend. The stars guide us through you. You may now choose a route towards your goal at certain junctures. Let's weigh the options. So, we can listen to Ruki, go north to Hollow Route. Ruki knows someone here who owes him, or we can listen to Joe Dariel. Go south through Blooming Pool and think to where she thinks she can find some rare flora. Well, let's see. The rare flora is something we're going to be able to sell. And Ruki knows someone here who owes him. Well, let's listen to Ruki. Sounds nicer anyway. God, I love this game's art. I know I said that already, but it's just... molto bello. As you pass through the squalid little area, you hear boisterous voices coming from what looks to be a public house. Ruki stumbles forth from it, holding something in his paws. So Ruki Greentail, now we know a little bit more about him. He's an opportunistic and well-connected cur, still clinging to his once comfortable lifestyle. Oh, hey chum. Just wrapping up a real important exchange back there. Hang on to this for me, will ya? We'll have to drop it off if we head further north. You received a plain parcel. Cannot tell what's inside. This can be sold at the slug market. Certain types of luxury goods somehow find their way to the downside. Well, now we got that, let's journey onwards. And so we arrive at the Ridge of Gold. The black wagon grinds to a stop at the base of the Ridge of Gold. The others ask you to assist with making preparations for nightfall and the commencement of the rite. Alright, so looks like we've got a little dialogue there in the wagon. And anytime the book is shining, it means there's new text. Anytime anything is shining, it means it's new. So let's take a look and see what we've got here. So Ruki's every character gets a little piece of memorabilia. So we've got the Greentail family portrait, a reasonable likeness of a younger Ruki with his mother and uncle. Jody's throw rug, fashioned from a howler's hide, sends their ilk a clear message. Jodariel says not to step on it. The intricate sigil, a symbol set into the wagon's floorboards. The Book of Rites describes the need for such a thing. It's our basket, essentially. And Headwind's cooking tins. What passes for cooking supplies in the downside? Headwind does most of the cooking. Let's see, we've also got the old raiments, colorful robes and ceremonial masks adorn one of the wagon's walls. And this weird dude who came with the wagon. A lone minstrel, a figure sits very still in the corner of the wagon. He is unresponsive, but seems to be alive. Oh, and of course, can't forget the drive imps. Cute little things. Creatures such as this must have been bred to push the black wagon along, although I don't really get what that means exactly. The attic ladder, the way up to the wagon's drive imp centrifuge. Only imps could fit up there. Oh, again. Snuff out the candles. Clear out some cobwebs. Well, let's talk to Rookie. Hey, chum. Appreciate you taking us up through Hollowroot back there. About that. Are you certain that parcel will fetch us an adequate price at the slug market? Surely we could have procured some sort of rare fungus had we gone the other way. Much as I love the idea of procuring rare fungus there, Jody, we said we wouldn't go around second-guessing our good chum's decisions, right? Jodariel. She is a grim, long-time resident of the downside, grown accustomed to surviving there. Jodariel says nothing in response, but soon changes the subject. Night falls soon. Come along, Greentail. We have much left to prepare. The two of them soon go about rummaging through the raiments and books strewn about the wagon, leaving you to your own devices. Let's see what's new. The First Exile, in the words of Gol Golathanian, the Master General. You know perhaps the thrice-cursed name of Solium Mur, the Empire of Sar, the First Exile, and my liege. This chapter concerns him and those who found him in the downside. Each of us was sent to take his life, such was the hatred for him in and around his country. Yet we found in Solium Mur a man transformed in body, mind, and spirit, a man deserving of much more than mercy. In time, he named us all his scribes, and he became the eighth. It is my greatest honor now to share with you his deeds. To know his story is to know the rights. Alright. We've also got the common room, where we can take a look at the roster. In the common room, you may review various notes and observations about your fellow exiles and their respective paths towards enlightenment and the rights. So, alright, my throat's kind of going, so I'm not going to read all of these, but if you want to pause, you can spool through yourself. So we got Hedwin here, the free spirits. Jody, the fallen soldier. And Ruki, the fast talker. Alright, that's everything. And I think that's as good a place as I need to cut it off for now. I've been talking pretty much for, I guess, about half an hour straight. So, if you've taken the time out to watch this, thank you very much for giving me some of your time and attention. And, yeah. Hope to see you again in the next one. It's November Bravo, over and out.